Warning, the following video is 20 minutes of Minidisc heaven for those that love the now obsolete format. If you don't like Minidisc, now is the time to skip to another video as you will be bored and disappointed.
Okay, today I'm going to show you my portable Minidisc players. And there's 10 Sony units and there's one Sharp, as you can see over there. Okay, so this is the only Sharp Minidisc player recorder I have. It's an 831. I found it in a junk shop and it was pretty cheap. 15 euros is all it cost me. It's high quality. It's got metal casing. It's got its own battery as well. You see here. I don't have an adapter for it though, which is a pity. Because these batteries are hard to find now. It just recharges when you plug in the AC adapter. Sound wise, this one sounds quite good. Most of the controls on the outside here. Bass settings are here. There's 3 settings. Bass is very powerful with good headphones. It's got plenty willy. Pretty simple to use. This illuminates red when you're recording, and yeah, it's a fine player. It's the only Sharp I have, but it's a good one. Okay, so this one is a 1999 Sony, and it's the MZ-R90. When this came out, it was the smallest one in the world. This is what got me into Minidisc, and I was late getting into it. A relative gave me this in 2003 for free because they were frustrated with the whole system. It's got synchro record. Here you can see it takes this gumstick battery and recharges up. But this system, Sony made their own batteries, and these aren't very good. You could still buy copies on Amazon and places like that. They're awkward. They don't really work very well. Then they came up with this, which is a cradle that you stick on to the player, and it goes on like this. So a lot of the 90s Sonys had that. So there you go, you know, you've got extra power, but it just, you know, it's a bit bulkier, and I don't really like using them. I prefer the MDs with the AA cell pod built in, because you can use any battery then. Yeah, this one, small enough display unit. Sound quality is okay. It's got digital mega bass. It's got optical in, and it's got the remote control. I think the one that came with this is this type, and it illuminates, but it's not very bright, but that's how it works. And next up is Sony Walkman MZ-E77. This plays Minidisc LPs, which is, I think, 4 albums on one disc. You can get up to 4, 2 and 4. Quality goes down, of course. This one again uses the rechargeable cell, and it works with the actual remote. This one over here, this is the one that uses. It's very small, the smallest one I have, and if you use it just with headphones and you know it's on the disc, you can keep it in your pocket, and it's, you know, it's hassle free. The volume is here, and again a screw-on pod if you're stuck. It's got G protection type R, and it says here personal disk memory. This one is made in Japan, and so is the previous one. So yeah, that's it. Nice little player. This is the MZ-E60. Again, it's a playback only. Works with the remote, but as far as I know, it doesn't backlight it. Doesn't work with that one. It made so many different types in a short time that it's just hard to keep track. There's a good site online called minidisc.org, and that has all the juice you're going to need. This one is very simple. I use it without any remote. Controls are on the back. See? So you've got your volume, you've got your hold. There's just a red light comes on here to tell you that it's actually working. That's all the reference you're going to get. It's a nice player. And again, the great thing is it uses the single AA cell, which is great because you can get them anywhere, and you can buy batteries in multi-packs, and batteries last for a long time. So yeah, it's got the mega base on it, but it's manually switched on and off, and it's got a limiter. I've been using this for a few weeks and I can't fault it. Base on the first setting is enough, and if you want more socks you just put it onto the second position, and it just, again, with good headphones, it's like you're inside the discotheque. Very, very nice player, and I can't remember where I got this one. It was part of a box of mini discs. I think I got it for nothing, really. Yeah, that's about the size of it. Okay, next up is the MZ-R70, one of the better Sony recorders. This had an all metal shell on it, and again, made in Japan. It's got a synchro record hold button, uses a AA cell, but also, this is important because it's got the Sony rechargeable AA, which recharges when you put in the AC adapter. And you can get these batteries, everybody makes them, and this is recharging still. This is an original Sony battery. So I think you get 6 or 7 hours out of the rechargeable, and the normal AA will give you 17 or 18 hours. Sound quality, exceptional. Bass is good. What's unique about this one is you can see it's got the headphone socket with the remote, and it's got a second headphone socket out, which is the first time I've seen one on a Sony player. Then you've got your line in optical and your mic and plug-in power. So this one, yeah, this was very cheap as well. I can't remember. Some people online, they look for a lot of money for them. This one was really, really cheap, and they threw in a pouch for holding it itself, and another pouch for holding 10 discs, which is fantastic. I think the whole thing came to €20, which is ridiculous. So yeah, nice player, and I'm only kind of getting into this one. Okay, this one is the MZ-R410, and it's pretty simple. It records, and sound quality is very, very good. 8-track type R, it's MD-LP. It would be one of the lower end models, judging by the complete plastic casing. Yeah. It's got a hold button, headphone out, and there is a line in optical, but that's about it. You don't get much with this one. Saying that, battery seems to last forever on this one. I don't know why. I'd say it's probably from around 2002 or 3. But the sound quality is fantastic, and you've got digital preset sound as well. So yeah, this is a pretty nice player. Okay, this is the MZ-R500. I think this was €10 in a second-hand record shop. Again, probably would have been, you know, entry-level Sony recorder. Line in, headphone socket. Yeah, it's similar to the last one that I showed you. There's not much difference really. Almost even seems to have the same type of casing. Yeah, and it's kind of got a blue. I don't know if you can see it. It's slightly transparent as well, the plastic. It's one of the kind of, we'd say, cheaper bodies and stuff like that. Again, been using that for a couple of months and I can't fault it. It's really good. Sound quality is solid. Bass is good. I use it for recording as well, actually, using the optical line in, and gives no problems whatsoever. So yeah, it's a nice one, a really good one. Now this one, I kind of have, what will I say, special kind of affection for this. It's really simple, bare bones. There's your volume, there's your play, stop, fast forward, track skip, menu, group. Group is because, again, you can't record with it, but you can download from your computer. I haven't done this because I don't have the software. Don't have a PC, I only have a Mac, unfortunately, so I was never able to get into this kind of thing. I've read bad reports about cramming 8-track. I don't use what will I say, 4LP. I don't even use 2LP. I just use them in their best possible audio playback and record. I just can't be bothered doing that. You might as well just use an iPod if you're going to squeeze the shit out of your music, and I hate iPods because I've had that system and it's all dictated by software. This one, I think I got this on eBay from the US, and yeah, I just like the look of it. It's really nice. There's a black one as well. This looks really kind of, looks like something, a Krupp's kitchen. Looks like some type of kitchen thing from the 70s, you know, the colour, it's like a weighing scale or something, you know, something that looks really modern. You know, it's hard to tell what decade it's from. You know, there's stuff like this in the 60s and also in the 70s and the 80s. Yeah, it's kind of timeless looking. It's a nice one. There's also one in red, I think, and one in blue, and there's a white one. And now this one. These are superb. This is the actual MZ-S1, and it's the sports model, and it has to open like this. It's got a big shell around it, and then you have to flick the switch and it opens up like that. And then under here you've got the battery. Yeah, so yeah, it's really kind of space age. Looks like something off the space shuttle or something. It's got all the functions as well. Underneath there you've got downloading from your PC, headphone. It comes as well with kind of waterproof, or not waterproof, sorry, but weatherproof. This is for people jogging. You just use one hand. That's your toggle. Very futuristic. It's just kind of Buck Rogers, isn't it? The display is quite small, but it's a nice orange colour. You know, it's the kind of player that it's in your pocket. You're out on a mountain bike or running or whatever, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Sound quality again is pretty good. I think they came out in 2003 or something like that, I'm not 100% sure. This was got on eBay US. Even the adapter has got a cover on it. These are going pretty cheaply on eBay, and I'm amazed because it's just such a cool looking player. It's chunky, it's you know, one of a kind. I think only Sharp made chunkier players like this. The whole button is like this as well. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's your line in. That's the line in optical. Yeah, forgot about that. Yeah, nice player. And if this broke, I would definitely buy one again. And finally, we're left with the MZ-R710. This is, I suppose, an entry-level Sony Hi-MD. Hi-MD was Sony's last stab at the format, and this is what they came up with. They were able to get 1 gigabyte onto the Hi-MD disc, which is the same size as a mini disc, obviously. This player uses normal discs, and it uses these. These discs are becoming more expensive because they weren't out for very long, and you can expect to pay up to 20 or 30 euros for even 1 or 2 of them. You can record in PCM, pulse code modulation stereo, and you can get up to 94 minutes of PCM on this disc. That's even, whoa, it's gone. That's even higher, more time, running time, than the standard compact disc. That was an achievement by Sony, an amazing achievement. Again, you can fit a lot of stuff on it because it connects to your PC. It's got the line in. One thing about this player, I mean, it's nice and everything and stuff. It's got a nice jog wheel and stuff. The display is very small, and the volume, that's what I've got a problem with. Volume isn't very loud, which is a bit disappointing. You know, you've all the health and safety on your ears and stuff now. But MP3, 8-track, 3+, linear, PCM. This player would have been one of the last ones. And as you've heard about a million times before, Sony no longer manufacture mini discs or players. There's a lot of them on the internet, on eBay and places like that. So the mini disc show is actually over for Sony and everybody else, but it lives on with people like you and me who prefer mini disc as a portable audio format. It's the best portable audio format. Okay, it has shortcomings. You don't have this big variety and a bulk amount of music in your pocket, but the audio quality, let's be honest, how often you listen to music every day? An hour, 2 hours? I don't think there's people that listen to music 12 hours a day with headphones. It would be quite exhausting. So I listen to music myself on headphones maybe about an hour a day, and the quality, you just go out, you take the discs you want to listen to. Quality is superb. An iPod just cannot come near it. It just does not have the clarity, it does not have the bass. I don't care what people say. I've had them. I've had 4 or 5 iPods. The quality was always the problem. There's a muffled quality from it. Mini disc, it's just like listening to the CD really. I can't tell the difference. It's punchy, there's clarity, the separation is better. It just works for me. I usually buy LPs, records, vinyl LPs. I don't really like digital music, but as a digital format and as portability goes and sound quality, which is the most important thing for me personally, mini disc is the one. So you know what I'm going to say next? Stock up on them, go get them. because, like I said, it's an obsolete format, and no point in 10 years time paying 500 quid for one of these when you can get them now for 20. So you know, go get them, enjoy it.
A Snip Snap Snap production.